Good evening, and welcome to Shaul News. Today, we are interviewing our 21st President, Chester A. Arthur. He was a Republican and born on October 5th, 1829. This was happening in Fairfield, Vermont. While during his childhood, he grew up as the fifth child of an abolitionist preacher. Their family moved around quite a bit, having gone from Vermont up to upstate New York. He was also had a growing interest in extracurricular activities and political demonstrations. Now, please sit back and enjoy while Isabella Shaul interviews our 21st President.
Thanks, Jan. Oh, that's not your name. Sorry. Okay. Hello, Chester.
Hello, Isabella.
Today we are going to start with talking about your family. Would you like to tell us about them?
Sure, certainly. Well, my wife, Mary McElroy, died of pneumonia before my presidency, and our children, William Lewis Herndon, Chester Allen, and Ellen Herndon, they lived with me until my death.
Interesting. Now, can you tell us about where you were educated? I heard you became a lawyer.
That's true. I do practice law. I went to Union College in Schenectady.
Great. What led you to run for presidency?
Well, I was the running partner to James Garfield, who was shot by Charles Guiteau after becoming president. So I took over and never had a vice president.
Why did you only serve for one term?
Well, I'd have to say I only served for one term because I became severely ill and weak, and I could only achieve very simple tasks, like taking care of my mustache.
What are some events that occurred over your time in office?
I became involved in the Geronimo War. I was at the opening of the Statue of Liberty and the opening of the Brooklyn Bridge. I was also the first president to sign a bill to fund the Navy's first steel vessels.
Interesting. After your time in office ended, where did you live?
Well, I retired in Albany, New York, and I also died there because of poor health. A disease traveled to my heart, and I had a kidney ailment. My date of death was November 18th, 1887.
How are you here? Oh, never mind. One final question. Before our time is up, what legacy did you leave?
I believe that the legacy I left was that I supported the U.S. Navy. I showed immense flexibility, a willingness to embrace reform, and demonstrated how the office could bring out the very best of its occupants.
Thank you for your time. Back to you, Jan.
That's still not my name, Isabella. Anyway, thank you for joining us this evening on Shaul News. We were able to dive into the life of Chester A. Arthur, learning about his education, a little bit about his wife and children, and his early family life, how he ran for president, interesting fact about him being a president without a vice president while serving his first and only term, and finally, a little bit about his death. Now, next time, we will be interviewing Michael Jackson. So stay classy, 8th grade, and have a great evening.
I'm haunting the studio!